very much, Jimmy and Abhinav, for having me here. That too in the presence of Chief Meghwal Saab. And why I am saying so, because I know Meghwal Saab, whatever he listens, he absorbs and he implements. And I'm the true witness of that in terms of the kind of changes in the legislative framework which Meghwal Saab has brought in terms of amendments in the law at various points of time. Also, before I go to a specific question, ad hoc arbitration is a major problem. In one of my informal discussions with Meghwal Saab, I did mention to him and requested him that somewhere we will have to phase out ad hoc arbitration in India in a 3 to 5 years or 7 years time period, and perhaps there we will find a solution in terms of the overall arbitral ecosystem. Now, coming to a specific issue, Justice Gupta is very right. The reason why we talk about retired judges, because traditionally, under the Indian law, ad hoc arbitration was dominated. And under the ad hoc arbitration, wherever there is no mutual agreement, invariably, or the parties would not have any option but to approach the courts. Courts would be invariably appointing the arbitrators from the retired panel of arbitrators, retired judges. So that was the starting point when this 96 Act came into existence. Now, that has created a complete mindset and that has created a culture of appointing only and only retired judges. Now, coupled with this, there are certain emotional issues, certain mindset issues, and which I would like to mention because those are relevant. Parties always believed from the very beginning that appointment of arbitrators is being done by the high courts from the panel of retired judges. But when these matters would go, the original jurisdiction, forget about the Delhi High Court or where the original jurisdiction is with the Delhi High Court. But then in Mufassil areas, the original jurisdiction is with the district courts. The parties always believe that when we are having the arbitrators from the High Court or the Supreme Court, and my issue would be, under 30 foot would be at that, the district courts, I would be having an advantage in terms of, in terms of proving my award. So that was also one of the reasons. Coupled with this issue also, that we do not have the right set of arbitrators available in India. Because arbitration for the last 3 decades, and I've witnessed personally, that arbitration has been a part-time job for everybody. Traditionally, from a contract drafting standpoint, to the also that for the lawyers part and from arbitrators standpoint also, that has been a part-time job. So there are no right enough pool of arbitrators available in India. Now I will go to Justice Hemant Gupta's one point at which perhaps you restrain in terms of saying, but I will say certainly slightly openly. The retired judges, the problem which we face from the retired judges, not their fault, because they are coming from a socialist mindset framework. Now, the socialist mindset framework is the law, because when they are deciding the matters in the courts, they are deciding from a socialistic mindset. And this is the rich and poor kind of that those thoughts. Now, necessarily in the arbitration, the arbitrators need to be following the contract, not the equity. Now, I think that is where the industry faces problems. Industry observe that I am having a contract, please believe in my contract, please give the award based on my contract. And I think that was one of the difficult points as far as the industry is concerned. The good part is today, with the institutions like IIAC, we have achieved a certain level of maturity. We have good professionals today available, even from a retired judge's standpoint, and also professionals are coming forward. Now, coming to your issue, the kind of the issues which we had, particularly the cross-border transactions and where the contracts are governed under the English law. There we face problems, and we always believe that from an industry, and it's not one of organization. Largely, industry believes that we should have English-trained lawyers, and that is the reason why there is a shift as far as Singapore or even London is concerned in terms of engaging arbitrators and counsels from those jurisdictions. So that shift I'm now observing, and perhaps that would continue. But I would say 2-3 things very positive, that Government of India, Ministry of Law and Justice, Meghwal sir particularly, so quick. It's not in the arbitration law. In fact, in almost all legislative framework, you will observe that it's a timely intervention by the Government of India on a regular basis. Wherever there are one or the other judgments coming and where the government believes that no, that correction needs to be done, they are so quick in terms of making the correction. I think that is one positive. And the second positive is the very fact that we are discussing arbitration today here. It essentially means that we are focusing on arbitration and we are developing the right pool of arbitrators. Thank you.